Welcome to this closer look at the Mattel Ultimate Edition Ric Flair figure. I have to be honest, as someone who was a Hasbro collector and a Jakks collector, collected figures from all different places all around the world, I sort of stopped at the Mattels. It was my cut-off point. I thought I couldn't really start again. And so I don't have many Mattels, but I've dived back in with some of these Ultimate Editions because they are really great figures. I think it's a great collection. They're pretty pricey, but for what they are, you can understand the price point. It does have some great accessories. I think probably the best ones are the Hollywood Hogan one or the Randy Savage with the green cowboy hat. I think this Ric Flair is a decent addition to the line. And let's take a closer look at him. So you've got the extra pieces, you've got the two faces, you've got the, I suppose what you could call the Ric Flair woo face, if we can just get that to focus. There we go. Some pretty good detail on that, you have to say. And you get slightly more basic, pretty cocky, pretty confident. Here I am on the way figure. And you get the spare hands, of course, which Mattel absolutely love, to give you a whole load of spare hands for you to, I don't know, drop down the back of the sofa, keep in a drawer somewhere, try and stop the dog eating, that sort of thing. If you are a collector of figures in their boxes, these Mattel Ultimate Editions look pretty good. If you're someone who likes to display their figures loose, again, they're pretty good to look at. And I do think probably their best use is for those people out there who are really good at their figure photography. It's not necessarily my strong point, although I do enjoy a bit of it. It is great that you can create different poses, you can create different facial expressions. The hands really help you to tell a story with them. There's your four horseman fingers, as you might expect, which is a great addition. In terms of the figure, well, you've got your pretty standard elite style Mattel figure. It's got a good Ric Flair torso, none of your Jakks six-pack. You've got your World Heavyweight Championship belt, the one that we've seen lots of times with Mattel figures. I would say one of the slight criticisms for me about this is you get the WWE on it. And I think they own WCW. Surely they could make one a bit more like the old World Heavyweight Championship. Again, Toy Biz, we used to get nameplates on there. Could we not get that from Mattel? The red rubies, it's a lovely looking belt. However, if you remember back in the heyday when Ric Flair was carrying the title, it was always a bit bashed up, a bit broken. It never looked particularly in pristine condition. It would be great to see a flatter, more WCW style World Heavyweight title, I think. It would be great if Mattel could bring one of those out. This is more like the one that Triple H had in 2002. In terms of the Robe, well, the Robe is a great addition. It's got these lovely fluffy edges. It's got some nice rhinestone looking bits. You can tie it up. It's got some great detail with the fluffy edges too. The only thing I would say is it's quite lightweight. You probably can't see in this light, but you can actually see through it. And I said earlier I'm a Jakks collector. My one thing with Mattels, I do just feel that they are a bit lightweight. You've got the detail there, you've got the scale there. As much as I look back with rose-tinted glasses at the face scans of the Jakks, they were a bit hit and miss. Some were great, some were really, truly awful. But I do think with Mattel, they're just a bit weedy looking. I don't know. I think a lot of the figures, particularly the Steve Austin ones actually, they don't look very tough. They just look a bit skinny and a bit weedy. Be interesting to see what you think about that, whether that's just me because I was a Jakks collector. Leave your comments below. And I think the faces, lots of detail, as I showed you that close up, and you can see, really detailed. You can clearly see who it is. But saying that, there's just something a little cartoon-like, I think, about the Mattel faces. I think they look a bit too much like caricatures for my liking. But again, maybe I'm just biased. Good two-tone knee pads. You've got the initials on the boots and on the trunks. A really decent figure, a really decent addition to the Ultimate Edition line. But again, I just think there's something a little lightweight and a little flimsy about the Mattel offering. And I'd love to know what you think, just because I think that might just be because I still can't quite accept Classic Superstars ended all those years ago and I'm a Jakks collector. I think for what we've got these days, for the figures that are out there, I think this is probably one of the best, even if I would like it to be slightly more robust.